Good morning. It's Thursday morning here in Kansas City. We had a hellacious storm roll through last night, so I'll be here all weekend cleaning up branches off the yard. I'll be posting stories on Instagram about that here shortly. But I want to do a quick walkthrough video, preview video of our art auction that's online right now. It's only like 130 lots, but there's some interesting pieces, contemporary to antique. This is towards the end of the auction. These are all loose pictures, drawings, prints. That are, there's big colorful pieces, there's some old watercolors. This guy's work here is really fascinating. All these black and white drawings by Wolchendock. Just really kind of out there and have a really great, look and feel to them. And really interesting. A lot of recognized artists. If you do some research, you'll find most of these people referenced somewhere online. A fair amount of pieces by Cuban artists. Roland Sabatez is doing another downsizing. We've sold for him before, the Oak Street Mansion auction and others. He's culling the collection again. And he is a big collector of Cuban art. And so we're selling several pieces of his in this auction. Salinas, Baji Salinas is a pretty well-known Cuban artist. These are just really big images, just great decorative pieces. And take a look at those pictures. They're really kind of fun. There's a lot of local art as well. These are kind of fun. They're of Jimmy's Jigger, and it's not Kelly's. I can't remember which bar that is. It is Kelly's. Yeah, so kind of fun prints. These Gaucho prints are pretty nice. This is a really cool pop art. And I'm forgetting his name on there. But you can see that there is several oversized pieces. This is actually 8 smallish canvases. It's one work. It's titled Viaje, Latin American artist. And just kind of a fun thing. Great colors. If you like mid-century modern, it's going to fit in perfectly with that aesthetic. If you have questions you're watching or have, just questions, let us know in the comments. A couple of Kickapoo Logan paintings down there. June Harkness, nice impressionistic pieces. Alrighty, now let's go back here. We have 2 pieces by John Douglas Patrick. And we've obviously sold his works before. We sold his estate several years ago. These 2 pieces were bought in that auction and restored by Roland. And you see, he did amazing study work, and she looks just beautiful in person, cleaned up beautifully well. And this painting up high here is the other Patrick in this auction. This is of Grace. This was his wife when she was 16 years old. And again, he bought this in really rough condition, had it restored. But look at all the detail in the lace collar, the pleating in the dress. The skin tones are really interesting. And you can tell the background is not just a solid color, there's some subtle variation to it that's hard to tell in pictures, but John Douglas Patrick did some really interesting work. It obviously still has pictures hanging at the Nelson Atkins. So this picture here is an Arthur Craft, one of the most expressive crafts we've ever sold. We've sold quite a few. I believe we have the record price for his works. This artist here is a Nebraska artist. That's called Convention in Wichita, which if you have traveled to conventions, that's oftentimes how you feel. Nice little jazz print. There are 2 signed David Douglas Duncan photographs. Of course, this is Picasso in, I believe it's at home. David was his basically primary photographer from here in Kansas City. And it's titled Picasso. There's David's signature. This is just called Japan. And the signature again. Kind of fun pieces for sure. Like this Kansas City image here. Kind of shows it before and after. If you follow our auction, we love Kansas City related pieces and Midwest works. So when we get AAA artists here like Dee Martelli, obviously we've sold a lot of regional and Prairie printmakers, and Grandma Layton here. It's a Lou Merrick piece on top. And there's quite a few female studies and figure drawings and paintings in this auction. So let me head upstairs. You can see, you'll get a quick view of the book auction we're working on. It's pretty amazing. We have several J.R. Hamill signed prints in this auction. It's kind of nice. Again, more local works. This artist is interesting. Morales. There are two A. Morales from the same time frame. One is really, really well known. The other one is this guy. It's very stylized work, but not as well known. Two Moreaus. This is a really well done little winter scene by Phillips. What do we got hanging here? Oh, this is a real fun piece. The Andre Saz Owl. I don't remember if he was, Amy, was he related to Frank or just?
I don't know.
Yeah, we never actually researched that part of it, but it's not Frank Saz, it's Andre. This watercolor is getting a lot of interest, as well it should. It's really well done, great colors, very, calm and peaceful. Helm is the artist on that. A couple more of the Robert Hodgel prints. Go by the books. Probably my favorite traditional type oil in the painting in the auction is this Floral Still Life. I just love the color, the contrast by this Earl Hammock painting here. Nice watercolors. Walter Farndon. Watercolor is such a tricky medium to work in. Again, more female studies. Most of stands this side of the showcase, but you can see we actually have from 4 years ago, Stan Hurd did Crop Circle of Kamala and Joe, and these came out of a house last week to be sold, signed by Stan and dated. Both pieces have had Kamala's signed twice by Stan, and these are John Zielinski photographs. He was a pretty well-known photographer in the 70s and 80s. More fun pieces over here. Let me head back to this way. There was something I wanted to show. Oh yeah, the Hot Vet. Prairie printmaker, but he also did watercolors. There's Charles Hot Vet. And that's a painting of a mission. He's pretty well known for that. You can see the great color in the sky. Well done. People in the foreground. Nice size watercolor. Came out of an estate in Wichita. Trying to walk through here without knocking over bookshelves. We got books everywhere. The book auction is going to be amazing. We'll talk more about that next week when it goes online. But again, a nice contemporary Mary Anna Getz. Great fall scene, which we'd all love to be in a fall scene right now as opposed to 100 degrees like it was yesterday. This is Nevelson. This is not the Nevelson, but I think it's her nephew, if I remember correctly. Mijares is another Cuban artist. Artist Proof 18th and Vine poster from Lonnie Powell, from September 11th to 12th, 1998. Which is, almost 30 years ago now, 25, 30 years ago. Hard to believe that that's the case. A couple of drawings by Dahl, contemporary artist. Here's another beautiful painting, again, another Cuban artist, but just a beautiful painting by Petronas, I think. But it's almost photorealistic. See the details in the trees and the water, the mountain ridge in the background, pretty great. Really like this pastel. Forget the artist on that, but it's a fun piece. It's Will Caldwell, actually, now that I'm looking at it. If you're watching, have questions, want to look at anything closely, let me know. See if I have like 16 people watching, which is awesome. Really dig this Jamaican, what do they call it? The snowball wagon every day. Kind of a fun little touristy type painting, but the artist is a little bit known. The iconic Frederick James tree, but this was actually pencil signed by Frederick, which is always nicer. More figure studies, bird prints. Dig this dude. 1888, Alexander Augustinovich, I believe. But he's just such a dapper and fancy dude with the top hat and the riding crop and the leather gloves and the pinky ring and the ascot. I mean, he's just cool, right? Kinds of fun stuff here. Really dig this one, Kansas City Art Institute, 1951. Probably the most stylized figure drawing painting in the auction, a nice good size. I remember seeing that one before. Nice antique 1903, I think, painting in a newer frame. Let me swing back this way. Oh, and this big painting up here, there's no signature on it, it's just really well done and good looking. So again, the auction is Monday night. The link is in the description. You can see that it's just nice work. There's nothing phenomenal. There's no $20,000 paintings, but most people don't spend that much on a painting, so we like to offer variety as well. And this is a great variety auction. Everything, like I said, from antique portraits to very modern, regional to very traditional regional prints to contemporary Cuban works. So we have a lot coming up. It's going to be an exciting summer and fall. Getting Tristan moved to Chicago here in a couple weeks for his college career to begin. William is in New York, so we're down to 3 in the office right now. Have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, have a great day, great weekend. And we will see you at Pickup next week. Thanks, have a great day.